Western Union. Telegram for Mel Hardy. Sign here, please.
Hey, Tim, this is from Barbara.
Oh, what is she talking about, man?
She says she still loves me. She can't do without me. And she'll be here tomorrow.
What? I thought you had settled all of that, man.
Hey, man, you see, you just don't understand. I never stopped loving her. I just wasn't ready to accept the love she was willing to give. But if she still loves me, there's nothing in the world that can keep us from making it this time.
Starting all over again is gonna be rough, so rough, but we gonna make it, oh yeah. Starting all over as friends is gonna be tough on us, but we gotta face it. We lost what we had, that's what hurt us so bad. It set us back 1,000 years, but we gonna make it up. Oh, yes, we will. Though I know it's gonna be rough to erase all the hurt and tears. Starting all over again is gonna be hard, but I pray that the Lord will help us make it, yeah. Starting all over again is gonna be slow. We both know that we can make it. We gotta take life as it comes, yeah. And never, never, never fuss about who's right or wrong. Still gotta take it. It's an uphill climb, oh, yes, to the finish line. But we gonna try just one more time. Starting all over again is gonna be rough for us, but we gonna make it, yeah. Starting all over as friends is gonna be rough on us, but we gotta face it, yeah. Starting all over again is gonna be hard. I know we're gonna have to work hard. We gonna make it. Oh yes we will, darling. Starting all over again is gonna be slow, baby. But I know that we can make it. Oh yes we can. Starting all over again is gonna be.
If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather live a wrongdoing life. Your mama and daddy say it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as I got you by my side, I don't care what your people say. Your friends tell you it's no future in loving a married man. If I can't see you when I want, I'll see you when I can. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Am I wrong to fall so deeply in love with you, knowing I got a wife and 2 little children depending on me too? And am I wrong to hunger for the gentleness of your touch, knowing I got someone else at home who needs me just as much? And are you wrong to give your love to a married man? And am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Man. And am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. I don't wanna be right. If it means being without you, I don't wanna be right. If it means sleeping at night, I don't wanna be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Oh,
Looking for Ian Malcolm. Where is Ian Malcolm?
Where have you gone without me?
Where are you, Ian Malcolm? Why are you hiding?
I thought you cared.
You got a lot to answer for, Ian Malcolm. Where are you?
Where
are you, Ian Malcolm?
Where's my heart?
Why'd Ian Malcolm just vanish?
The dream we started.
Doesn't he want to talk about Hamas?
I can't
parading dead Jewish babies around? Don't you want to talk about it, Ian? You always want to talk about Israel, Ian, but why don't we talk about Hamas today? Where are you, Ian? Ian Malcolm, where are you?
When we said goodbye, love.
You care so much about dead children.
What had we to
Figured you care about a couple of dead Jewish children. Where are you? Why do you keep ignoring me when I tag you in the Discord and ask your comments on this video that we've all seen? And we will soon see again, Ian. Ian, where are you? Where are you?
Must I go on?
Ian, I need answers for this. I need them bad.
Where is my
I need all you nerds to answer for this. You've been defending this crap for months. What do you have to say for yourselves and now made a fool? I was right again. God damn, I'm good. I'm too good. I'm done being humble. I am too goddamn good at this. I told you about this shit. Look at these motherfuckers. Thought they was all dead, by the way. What happened to genocide, motherfucker? You've been lying and shilling for terrorism for months. Shameful. Embarrassing. It ain't louder than my voice, son, because I can see it. My voice goes into the red. That shit barely hits yellow. You need to turn your ears up. Ian, must we go on pretending that these aren't terrorists? Can we just have a happy ending? Where the fuck are you, Ian? Answer for this shit. How do you motherfuckers got lots to answer for? Jacob Larson cheating on his wife. I mean, this shit gotta stop. Defending terrorism. I mean, this shit never ends with you weird motherfuckers. Now, I was told they killed all these motherfuckers. I've been listening to months that they genocided all these There's a lot of them there. There's a lot of them. And they all look fucking insane. Okay? I don't want none of these motherfuckers coming to this country. I don't want none of these refugees. I keep them all over there. These people are nuts. These people here, right here. Now, I know you want to virtue signal and you want to act like you know everything, but guess what? You don't know shit. And that doesn't mean Israel is some beacon of, goodness. See, here's the problem with the Jewish hate stuff. It clouds, just like Trump derangement syndrome, any type of derangement, Jewish derangement, black derangement, white derangement, all these different things, clouds your judgment when on certain topics. It will cloud your judgment. We see it with the Hamas stuff. We see it with Trump. We see it with everything. You see it with everything. So I get you all think you're really smart, you know everything because you read this or you read that or you did this or you did that. But I'm not defending Israel. And I don't even give a fuck about Israel. And I don't think we should send them any money, quite frankly. But I'm smart enough to know that these people right here, not my friends. They'd kill me. If I stepped foot in that place right there, they would kill me on the spot. I'd be dead. Dead. So perhaps, just some advice here, perhaps stop defending people who want to kill you. And these people want to kill your ass. They don't like you. Well, I don't like Israel either. So these people ain't your friends because, this ain't my enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's not this time, brother. Not with these people. These people are nuts. See, what you got to understand about Palestine is Hamas was voted into power. Hamas, so all these people you see standing here, they voted for these nutcases that run everything. Now, they voted for these people. Right? They voted for them. And they've killed everybody that opposes them, right? They've killed them. They just killed them. So the only people left here are ride or die for the cause of Hamas. You understand? They ride or die on this shit. So please wise up a little bit. Does that look like a genocide? Watch this shit. By the way, they got some crazy music playing. People's cheering. There was another clip of them cheering for this. They got 4 dead Jews. 2 of them little kids. And apparently the bodies in them caskets, not even the Jews. They're not even the people they told them was supposed to be in the caskets. Shady ass terrorist clowns. And they're blaming these dead Jews on Israel. They're blaming them on them. Well, their airstrikes killed them. No. If you regurgitate that talking point, you're a fucking fag dumbass, okay? And you can't tell me nothing. If you're taking, they took these people hostage. So let's say the bombs did kill them. Well, these people still put them in there. These people killed these people. Y'all, the things you guys are defending because you hate Jews. And I know the truth. That's why I wish people just be honest when they have a conversation with me. I can't stand a fake ass fucking faggot who can't just have a real honest. You could be a racist piece of shit. Just have a conversation with me and just be honest. I'm not a child. I'm not going to report you. Don't care. I appreciate people that are fucking honest and not full of shit. You hate Jews. I could talk to you for 5-10 minutes and pull it out of you. I know the questions to ask that tell me everything I need to know. I already did it with most of you. Y'all, I watched you defend October 7th. You defended terrorism. You defended murder of innocent people. That's what you did. So when you're crying that a bomb falls out of the sky and lands on somebody's house and kills them, well, I understand being outraged by that, but the problem is you wasn't outraged when they was killing them. You wasn't outraged about October 7th. You didn't give a shit. I'm just asking for some respect. That's really all I'm asking. Show me enough respect to stop trying to bullshit me and gaslight me all the time. Please. It doesn't work. I see right through all of you. Nobody's good at it. People try it all day. You're not good at it. None of you have ever fooled me with this shit. When you gonna learn? When you gonna learn? You just gonna have to talk to me honestly. And I don't care if you hate Jews. That's fine. I'd rather have an honest conversation and get to the bottom of why you hate Jews. Let's figure out why. Instead of you going, here you are ranting and raving, bitching about Jews for hours on end, and then somebody goes, damn, you seem to hate Jews, man. And you're like, no, I don't. No, not at all. Oh, come on, man. I can't stand a coward, man. It's like the blacks when they want to talk about white people. They use the coded language. We talked about just the coded language. They put the YTs, coded language. It's cowardice is what it is. You're a coward. I'm not a coward, especially on the internet. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being a coward over a screen? What do you think? Somebody going to punch you? I can understand maybe being a little coward. Brock Lesnar's talking and you're just like, yes, sir. Well, you snap your fucking neck. But you're a pussy over the internet? Good grief. Pussy over. And nobody even knows who the fuck you are. Can't even see your face. It's insane to be that level of a... You understand how insane that level of a coward is? And most of you, and if the shoe fits, lace it up and wear it and be offended. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to say most of you. And if you're offended right now, yes, it's you. Yes, it's you. You're a clown too. Be offended. Be upset. Most of you are cowards. Won't show your face. Won't get on a mic and let people hear your fucking voice. Won't state your true opinions. Cowards. What's it like going through life just being a giant ass coward? Scared to say things over a keyboard. We're not talking about you're in a room with there's 7 members of Hamas. And you're like, yeah, fuck Israel. Yeah, fuck the Jews. I agree. I understand. I understand that. I understand being a coward in that moment to save your life, save yourself. You're not going to win that. 7 of them. It's you. You're unarmed. But when you're being a fucking pussy-ass coward on the internet, please do better. Please grow a set of balls this year. Please, if you hate Jews, be honest about it. Nobody cares. Nobody even cares. I retweet videos about Jews. If I see a video about Jews, and Jews do some weird ass shit. They do weird shit. They do weird fucking shit. It just even makes sense, and it should be made fun of. It's so goofy. It's just a religion. It's just some goofy shit. But I'm not gonna spend all day talking about Jews. You know what I mean? I'm not scared to talk about Jews. I'm not scared to go, what is that weird shit they do with the telephone wires? And seeing a guy pouring hot water on his kitchen counter so he could sanitize it for God or something. There's some weird shit going on. Jews spend a lot of time trying to fool God. They do a lot of things to try to fool God. It's weird shit. It's weird shit. But you're just as weird as them with the hyper focus on it's just like Junie want to talk about Catholics. It's just like, God damn, bro, what did Catholics do to you? You know what I mean? Like, what did Jews do to you? It's like when a guy can't stop talking about blacks. He's just going off of blacks. You know that something happened to him in his life. Some black guy did something to him, like something, and I can understand that. I can understand as a white person or a black person encountering just pieces of shit of the opposite race, and that's the only people you ever talk to of that race. And every time you talk to a white person, he's a piece of shit. He does horrible things to you, says things to you. To a certain point, you just go, God damn, every time I run into a white person, he's a fucking asshole. And then you just hate, why wouldn't you? Hey, you ain't met a decent one. But for fuck's sake, you can't think of one Jew you like. You hate Adam Sandler? Who the fuck hates Adam Sandler? You hate Adam Sandler. That don't even make sense. That's what I'm saying. I can't hate entire groups of people because there's usually one, you can at least find one person out of that whole group. They're like, hey, seems all right. I'm supposed to hate him? What? I just can't get into the hate. Now, that don't mean that I won't. Jews do weird shit. And blacks do things that need to be taught. Whites do things. We can talk about it. But you ain't got to fucking hate entire groups of, it's insane. You people are so childish and retarded. That's why I said the other day, last time I said, some of you shouldn't even be listening. You're not even on the same wavelength as me as a person. Just sorry, you're not. You're not. I mean, when I was growing up, I had all kinds, I dealt with all kinds of fucking goofy black people. Steal your shit, do this, do that. Then you met some good ones, Didn't turn me racist. You know why? Because it just never made sense to me. Well, it's like a liberal thing. I think some of you are a little bit more left wing than you want to admit because that's how leftists view people. That's this exact thing they do. They generalize everybody, which is weird because when I was growing up, they were the people telling you not to do that. It's very strange. Everything flipped around. That Epstein list supposed to drop. Where is it? So that all these people that are supposed to be dead, genocided, are standing here, and they're having a party. Great fucking time. I'm supposed to forget the videos. See, everything, here's the problem. Everything isn't Israel. You understand? People talk to me about this as if I'm a retard, as if I don't know that the Israeli government participates in propaganda. Like I'm dumb as fuck. No, I'm smarter than you and older than you. So please humble yourself when you talk to me, little kids. There ain't a government on this planet that doesn't participate in propaganda. There ain't a government on this planet that should be believed 100%. What does any of that have to do with what I can see with my own eyes? When I saw these people here dragging Jewish hostages down the street. Remember that? Remember that dead woman in the back of the truck and they was all slapping her and they was all cheering. They was having a fucking time. That's not Israel. That's them doing that. That's a video of them in their town doing that shit. I'm just asking for some honesty. Stop being so full of shit because you hate people. It's so fucking stupid. Don't you realize how dumb you sound? Don't you realize how dumb you are to a person like me? I can talk to someone and realize, can't talk to this guy about this. I can talk to someone and be like, can't talk to this guy about race. He's an idiot. He just ain't gonna have it. He is not gonna be honest about it. He's just not. There's white people like it, black people like that. There's white people you can't talk to about nothing. You black people, you Asian people, some you just can't talk about nothing. You can't have an honest conversation. No. What do you mean? What do you mean? Blacks are killing each other in gangs and stuff? What are you talking about? That's not going on. Yeah, it's going on. No, that's It's racist to even talk about. Why is it racist to talk about fucking things that are happening? It's not racist to talk about white people shooting up schools. I mean, everybody can talk about that. I don't give a fuck about your faggot shame either. See, none of this shit works on me. Works on you people. That's why when people say you hate Jews, you get defensive about it. Because you're pussies. You're unwilling to be who you are. People stop doing that. I remember when people tried that. People used to do it all the time. People don't even try that on me anymore. Nobody tries to call me racist. It doesn't even. They know it's a waste of time. Sorry, but if black people are killing each other in the streets with guns and shit all the time over blocks that aren't theirs, it's kind of retarded, honestly, and it should be talked about. It should be discussed. Should be made fun of, quite frankly, because it is retarded. Because you do not own the sidewalk, you do not own the block, you don't own anything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's all fake. It's all nonsense. And I don't know what it has to do with white people either. You blame all your problems on white people. I don't see white people doing anything to you. I see you doing things to yourselves. Just like the Jews ain't doing nothing to you. Y'all fucking your own lives up, really. Y'all doing things to yourself. It ain't the Jews doing anything to you. It's you. I hear this dumb shit all the time. The Jews created porn, which is true, actually. But people like to use that as an excuse as to why they watch porn. Well, I watch it because the Jews put it out there. Well, the Jews don't come over to your house, hold a gun to your head, and make you watch it. By the way, you can. People got to stop. People got to stop their bullshit, man. They really do. You can quit anything you want to quit that you actually want to quit. So if you didn't want to watch porn, you wouldn't watch it. You ain't addicted, you know. There may be some things that are addicting, some types of chemicals out there, but there's a lot of shit that it's not addiction that has you. It's that you are using that as a crutch. People have and it's not even their fault what's happened to this country. People have been so conditioned by media and just everything, therapists and doctors, all this shit. I'm telling you right now, people hate when I tell them that too. I know people that have addictions and they hate it. They hate it when I say this, but I don't care because this is how I really feel. If you wanted to quit, you would. You would. You would. No matter what it is, you would. You don't want to. Deep down inside, you don't want to. And the reason you keep doing whatever it is that you keep doing is because you use that excuse. Well, I'm an addict. What can I do? You know. But if you really stop bullshitting yourself, that's just bullshit. You want something, and you could easily just tell yourself, I don't care how bad I want it. I'm not getting it. I'm just not. I'm just not doing it. And like I said, there may be some things that are just some chemicals in the body that just, you're in pain, you're hurt. But here's the thing as well. You know why you're hurting. You know what you're going. I just don't understand it. You know what you're going through. Why not just go through it? Why not go through that pain, come out the other side of it, be done with the drug, be done with whatever the addiction that may be. Whatever, you can be addicted to anything. People addicted to food. But why not just go through it? And it sucks, I'm sure it does. But just do it. You're just gonna have to do it. There's been things I love doing, quit doing them. Don't do them anymore. There comes a point where it has to stop. These things gotta stop. And you can't revisit it, right? Can't come back. You can't do it. You'll get sucked back in. You got to go. That's really the way to beat any of these things. Cold turkey, no exceptions. No exceptions. And you might have to lose some friends, right? You might have to give some people up in your life that just won't stop doing whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because some of it's drugs. Like some people, like it's porn, it's sex, it's hooking up with everything. Fucking everything that moves. People got all kinds of addictions. But some of that shit, you're gonna have to cut some people off. People don't want to do these things. It's just like Goggins said. It's effort. People don't want to do it. They just don't want to go through it. They don't want to tell that friend, "Hey, listen, I just can't. I can't. I can't. I can't do it." It's like Gold Kick, he's got the problem. And you just got to give maybe you got to give the phone up. When you're jerking off for 8 hours straight to pornography, and porn's a problem because it's everywhere. And even when you don't go look at it, it's on social media. It's embedded into social media. It gets you. You'll be scrolling down. Some bitch's tits are out. I didn't want to see this today. What the hell is this? When you're jerking off 8 hours a day like that, you might need to just get rid of the internet for a little bit. You may just need drastic times call for drastic measures. But the truth is, you don't need to do any of that. What you need to do is be honest with yourself. You're not an addict. You can stop at any time. Just stop. Stop. Just stop. You got to stop. Simple. Sometimes you have no reason to stop, and that's why you don't stop, because you don't really see a reason to. It's something you enjoy. But when you're jerking off for 8 hours, normally I'd say, hey, you watch porn every now and then, you jerk off a couple times a week. What's the big deal, If you're single, it's a big deal. But when you're doing 8-hour sessions, you know, it's too much. It's like I like fucking, I like having sex, but I'm in a relationship, so I'm not, I can't just fuck everything that moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop. You got to stop. This is the way it goes. And you can. You can. Very easy. You can stop doing things. Just stop. Get some control of your own mind. Take back the mind from all these things. Like I smoke, not because I'm addicted. I'm not addicted. I like it. And I don't see a negative other than it costs money. I don't have, issues with it. I don't smoke and then fall asleep for 8 hours and fuck. I work and I do all kinds of shit. Fucking work out, take a walk. I'm productive when I smoke. Some people smoke and they go into a coma. You can't do it. Some people can watch porn, couple minutes, jerk off, not watch it for weeks, come back, and get a little jerk in on the porn. Some people, 8-hour session. Everybody's different. So I just don't see how something's detrimental to your life and you can't stop. If there comes a point where it's like, God, this is gonna fuck my whole life up, I gotta stop. You gotta stop. Should be easy. Apparently it's not though. People get mad when I say this. People with addictions get real mad at me when I say this. Jerking off for 8 hours sounds insane. Like, oh my God, yeah, like, how can you stay hard after so? Are you coming one time? Are you like edging yourself for 8 hours? I mean, that's insane. That nut at the end is fucking, it gotta be nuts. That shit at the end, boy. I'm gonna tell you the problem though. It's not porn. It's not porn. It's you ain't got no girl. And even if you have a girl, if she's not there every day fulfilling that need, Jackal Gold Kick's horny, son. That man is horny. And he ain't got no woman to take it out on, so he's just taking it out on himself. 8 hour porn. I mean, I understand watching porn, but Jesus fucking 8 hours is insane. That's what blew me away. Like, Jesus, man. That's a bit much, man. You're doing a lot. Well, I think some people like looking at the porn. They like looking at the women. You got to understand, some people don't get pussy at all. So this is it for them. This is the only time they see a naked woman. They ain't touching one. And so many different women to look at. It goes on and on. You watch, oh, yeah, you flip to this, you go over here, you go over here. They're going everywhere. I wonder how many tabs he's got open at once. I wonder how many different porns he watches at the same time. You know how these people watching TikToks and they got a game. You seen this? Of course you've seen this. The game at the bottom, somebody's playing a game, and then at the top, it's like Jordan Peterson telling you about life. Somebody, it's like stupid as shit. A person like me doesn't even understand it because I can just watch the Jordan Peterson clip. I'm not a big fan of Jordan Peterson, but I could just watch the clip without the game. My attention span ain't fucking that fucked up. Jesus Christ. Y'all got to have a game to watch while listening to the thing. I'm trying to figure out, is that a skill or not, though? Because you're watching two different things at the same time. It kind of feels like a skill to me. It doesn't feel like you've fucked yourself over. You've hurt yourself. It almost feels like you've evolved. You're watching a guy play a game and you're taking in this clip at the same time. You're processing all this at the same time. Your brain's working so fast. It's not enough to watch one video. You got to watch two at the same fucking time. It's like these people that listen to podcasts on like 2 times speed and shit. I hate that shit. I listen to it normal speed. Some people listen to it double time, flying through these shows. Some people are taking in a lot of fucking info every day. They're speeding through it. Gameplay to avoid copyright. Why would that stop copyright? I don't know, man. I see some weird shit, man. Some of these short videos people make on that YouTube Shorts, it's just goofy. And I seen one. It was like some podcast clip. Somebody talking about something, and in the middle, like at the bottom of the screen, like almost like a green screen effect, right? Where there was like no background, but it kind of like blended into the video, and it was like a guy like making something with his hands or something. It's just fucking weird. Like, what the hell's going on? It's usually it's like two different videos like together, like. But this guy had done some fancy shit where he had embedded the clip into the other video, and it was like they were kind of blending in together. It's crazy, and I'm like, man, I get creative with this shit. He's merged two videos together into one video. Hey, while you listen to this guy talk about life, watch this guy. I think he was sewing something or some shit. I swear to God, I think he was sewing making a fucking scarf or something. What the fuck? Don't really forget Junie made another video. I gotta see it. Finish this though. Look at that shit. Then the Red Cross come get them. Killed an entire family. 2 children, the wife, I think a husband too. And then blamed it on Israel. And here's why I know you're a bunch of dorks. Think of it in reverse. Let's say Israel took some Palestinians hostage, and then they died, and then Israel said that they died because Hamas blew them up with a bomb or something. None of you would buy that shit. Every one of you would be talking shit about Israel for saying something like that. But when Hamas does it, you defend it, you support it. Because you're retarded. It don't even make sense to me. As if Hamas is your friends or some shit. These people are retarded, bro. What's next? They're going to buddy up with ISIS? These people are fucking insane. And I've been saying for years. People used to laugh at me. People used to say, Smokey, you sound a little extreme. No, I'm not extreme at all. I'm just ahead of you. I'm not who you got to worry about. I don't even own a gun. What you got to worry about is these dangerous lunatics. They're literally buddying up with Hamas, buddying up with terrorist organizations, chilling for terrorism. Literally. This ain't, this ain't fake terrorism. This ain't calling like a gun rights group a terror. You know what I'm saying? This ain't calling the school board mothers. You know what I mean? These are literally terrorists. These are terrorists. That's what they are. Hamas. It's a terrorist organization. That's what it is. They don't hide what they support. Okay? They don't hide it. They're not shy about telling you what they support, what they want to do. And you're defending it. And this has nothing to do with Israel being Zion. I'm not defending Israel. See, once again, you guys are so caught up in your own delusion and your own fantasies that you can't handle having an honest conversation about this. It reminds me of Trump. I mean, you see this type of thing everywhere. There are just certain topics that people can't talk about objectively. They can't be honest about it. They can't. They can't. Like when you're sitting there talking about what Hamas is doing, they're like, well, what about Israel? What about Israel? What about it? I'm not sitting here all day defending Israel. Rarely do I even. Good luck finding a lot of clips of me defending Israel. Good luck. Good luck finding years and years and years of videos about fucking Israel. I don't really give a shit about that. I don't spend a lot of time defending it or attacking it, quite frankly. I don't care. If I had my way, we wouldn't be sending money over there to pay for all this shit, do this and do that. It's weird that they're the only people that we cut the foreign aid to everybody but Israel. See, I'm not the problem here, gentlemen. I can talk about Israel objectively and be honest about it. You're the problem. You can't talk about Palestine and Hamas honestly. That's your problem. And you try to project that onto me. Sorry, not going to work. Because I'm not afraid to say the same things you say about Israel. I'm not afraid to say it. You're afraid to be honest about this and what these people are, what they do. And the reality that all those people standing there, a majority of them, not saying all, there's probably a few of them that just, it's like I said earlier, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. You got to do what you got to do sometimes, or you'll die. You know what I mean? It's life or death. Sometimes you got to be a coward and shut your mouth because the alternative is you will die. That's it. There ain't no other way. Free speech is long gone. It's over. You're surrounded. You're fucking surrounded. So you either hush your mouth and survive or die, and you make that choice. I'm sure there's some of them there that don't really support all this, but what are they going to do? I mean, fuck. Surrounded. But there's a lot of them that do. And there's a lot of people in Israel that want all these people to die. But, I mean, these people want to kill them. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to, quite frankly, it's kind of hard to really feel sorry for either side at this point because they both want to kill each other. They both have such hatred for each other. I just want to stay out of it. It's not got nothing to do with me. Um, I don't think you should go into people's houses and kill them and kill their children and kidnap their children. And I'm not going to defend that. Anyone doing it. I don't think you should drop bombs on people and kill them. But at the same time, I'm a grown ass man and I live in reality. And I know goddamn well what happened on October 7th. I seen it with my own eyes. And I knew there was going to be some type of response. There has to be. You understand there has to be a response to that. You can't, That's why you don't do shit like that. See, people want to commit violence against people and expect no retaliation. And I'm sorry, people, but that's not real. That's not reality. Life is not The Last of Us 2, okay? In real life, you kill the guy that beat your dad's head in with a golf club. In the apocalypse, let me explain to you something. In real life, not in the fantasy world. This is why Last of Us 2 sucks to me because not that the game's play is good, the graphics are good. The story sucks because the ending sucks because that's not real. It's not realistic. If you've killed all these people to get to this person who beat basically your dad's head in with a golf club right in front of you and taunted you about it, you kill that person in that moment. You're in the apocalypse. There ain't no cops coming to put you. You're killing that person. Okay, you're killing them. Period. You've already killed it. Everyone else. Life ain't some fake made up video game. See, this is why these people hated that shit because it's fake and stupid, and we're so tired of dumb shit like that. You make this hyper realistic game, and it's all so realistic and so violent, and all this. The graphics are realistic. Oh my god! But the ending of the game is the most unrealistic shit you've ever seen. It's just so stupid. This evil motherfucker that killed my father with a golf club, I'm going to let him live. I'm going to show mercy to this person and just let it go. No, it's not happening. Nobody's doing that. There might be some people that would do it, but not the person that's killed everybody else to get to that person, right? Like a line of people, and you just killed all of them, and then you finally got the person, and then you said, you know what? I'm done killing now. I'm not killing no more. Goddamn, you done killed 50 people? Fuck. You blew some lady's arm off, and she bled out and cried in agony. I mean, it's a very violent game, a very realistic game, and it's like, you did all that to people who didn't kill your dad. That's the crazy part. You did all that to people who did not kill your dad, but the person that killed your dad, I'm gonna let him off. I'll punch him in the face a couple times. That's enough. He wouldn't want me to do this. I don't know, man. I mean, I played the first game and he killed all kinds of motherfuckers, and you was killing motherfuckers with him. So dumb. By the way, dumb to even kill the guy in the sequel. Dumb. You could have been a franchise. Could have really done something. Instead, you kill the only thing worth a damn. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Remember how bent out of shape everybody got when I said how dumb it was? I love how people get all loud like you're supposed to care. People make me laugh on here. They get so loud. You better delete this shit. Delete it? Deleting anything, faggot? You ain't gonna ever bully me into deleting something. Go sit down, nerd. Work. It's a masterpiece. In real life, when you kill a bunch of motherfuckers, there's gonna be payback coming for your ass, especially when you commit like I mean, this is you attacked a country and killed people and declared war. Yeah, remember dude. This shit is so insane. Like I'm telling you, it's so insane. And then when people talk about it, they sound so retarded. They act like it didn't even happen. You're just like, they're like Israel's out of line, and you're like, well, Israel. I mean, I seen them. They were attacked, so they attacked. No, these people have been getting attacked for decades. They're in an open air prison. Okay, I understand all that. Understand all that. Fantastic. But there was an attack. I seen it. There was an attack. Pretty brutal shit. And you don't see that as a declaration of war. Yeah, I'm sure there were things happening. Of course, there were things that have been happening for decades, but you don't see that as a serious escalation into an all out war. You don't see an attack. That's an attack. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they would have done that in this country, I'd have been calling for nuclear weapons to be dropped on that whole place. So, yeah, I don't know who you motherfuckers are talking to. I'd be saying drop a nuke on that shit if they'd done that here. And by the way, very likely we could see something like that happen here because y'all left the border wide open for fucking 4 years. And you let people flood in here. And there's tons of experts that say that there's all kinds of these October 7th like attack groups ready to go. They're just waiting on the word. Just waiting on the word. Let me tell you something though. In this country, there's a little thing called guns. A lot of guns. There's more guns than people. So bear in mind that if you start parachuting in, it's not gonna go the same way. Depending on where you go. Now, I wouldn't advise going to the south. I wouldn't paratroop in to where like country people live because they're gonna kill you. You're gonna get fucked up. And they're gonna be dragging you off the back of their pickup truck. I'm telling you that, bro. People don't understand. We got some real psychos in this. There's so many different types of psychos in this country. This is not the country you try something like that in. Slam a plane into the side of a building. Yeah, it's kind of hard to shoot that. But paratrooping in with your little scarves on and shit. I'm telling you, you're probably gonna kill some people. But I'm telling you right now, when they get a hold of you. And it ain't the cops you're gonna worry about. I'm telling you, they're gonna get a hold of you. You're gonna be strapped to the back of some redneck's pickup truck and drugged through the city. Because these motherfuckers are racist, all right? So you're some fucking Arab dude. Oh hell, bro. And you've just given them the green light to fuck you up. There's nobody's even gonna say anything because the country's under attack. So it would be the stupidest fucking move for these retards. And then Trump is fucking you up. Trump will Moab that place. I'm telling you. That's for those people right there standing there in that clip right there. They better hope to God that don't happen here. Not while Trump's president. Because I'm telling you right now, first of all, that would be the dumbest. I mean, my God. I believe a lot of that stuff is like, a lot of that is our own government funding that stuff. That U.S. aid shit, the CIA, is a lot of shit. But there's probably also just legitimate people out there that hate America. Do you understand the cascade effect of doing an October like attack on this country? Do you understand? Let me explain to you what would happen. because I lived through 9/11. I'll tell you exactly how it would go. You would see the largest enlistment of men into the military ever. Men would voluntarily go into the military, sign up to go fight and kill these motherfuckers. So you'd have a massive influx of men into our military. Massive. And then you give the green light to just fuck you up. And if you think Israel fucked you up, brother, you don't want America to come over there and spread democracy. It ain't gonna be fun. They gonna level that place. I'm telling you, after 9/11, we invaded countries, didn't even have nothing to do with 9/11. That's how pissed we were. We went into Iraq, didn't even have nothing to do with it. We just wanted to kill Arabs. After 9/11, people just wanted revenge. And it's just like, oh, Iraq, yeah, that sounds like a bad place. Blow them up. Fuck them. That sounds like a bunch of terrorist motherfuckers in Iraq. This is like I'm telling you, it's the worst country to attack on so many levels, but primarily because of the people that live here. It's so the whole country would unite too. Everyone would put aside all the bullshit differences and the nonsense, and they would unite on just fucking leveling your fucking whole shit. Leveling you. Leaving you in the dust. You wouldn't be standing there having a little parade or whatever the fuck you're doing. That wouldn't be happening. Especially if you got Trump in there. I keep hearing people talk about, oh, they got terrorist cells in here and they're going to do it. Terrible idea. I don't even think the attack would last long because I mean, it would depend. They'd probably go into these gun control cities. You don't want to go into these places that got gun rights. People are walking around with guns on their hips and shit, concealed carry. You're getting fucked up. I know dudes that have shotguns in their truck, ready to go, loaded and ready to go. And you're gonna be flying in your little parachute, and they're gonna be fucking just bam. Look like Gears of fucking War out there. Just blasting you with a shotgun. And that's just what's in the back of the truck. I don't know what's in the house. I don't know what they got inside the jacket. People are walking around armed around here. I see it all the time. People are fucking armed. In the grocery stores too. Gotta be. You gotta be in the grocery store armed. You gotta be. Because these lunatics are going in there shooting them. Then I see people going, I'd be scared if some guy. I'm not. When I see some dude with a pistol on the hip, I'm like, God damn, I'm glad he's here. Because if some shit went down right now, this motherfucker's he's gonna have to fight him. I'm getting behind him. Protect me, sir. I mean, people are retarded, man. Well, what if he shoots you? Dude, he's buying eggs. Get a grip. Fucking. Why does he need a gun to buy eggs? Have you turned the news on? Have you when people say shit like that, don't it boggle your mind when people say shit like that? When they're like, why would you need a gun to go to the grocery store? Do you watch the news? Are you serious? It's like when they were saying we don't need like cops in the school, with a gun or whatever. Do you watch the news? Every school needs a fucking not just one. I need a team of police for real. And there should be metal detectors at the door just so a kid ain't bringing a gun in his book bag. And then you don't even have to have the police inside the school itself. You could have them outside watching the doors. Pay some guy. What is so hard about this? I'll tell you how he solves. I solve school shootings the first hour as president. You have two cops Real cops, not no pussies. We don't assign pussies. We need real men like soldiers, former soldiers, former decorated soldiers. And we're going to pay these people a lot of money. All right. You're getting paid a lot of money to do this job. And here's the job. It's a very easy job. Most of the time, it's easy. Now there may be one day where it's some serious shit, right? But most of the time, it's easy. You know what you do? You park your police car. Actually, schools have multiple exits, so you need a team of cops. You need 2 cops in each car, but you have a car watching each door. You got the cops sitting in the car watching the door. 2 of them. You need 2 cops in each car. You don't need 1. Fuck all this. 2 motherfuckers with guns. 2 versus 1 lunatic. Easy math here. Right? The 2 cops got the advantage. There's 2 of them. You want to give the police the advantage in this situation. You want to take this guy out in the parking lot so he don't even kill no kids in the school. So we got to end this dude in the parking lot. Got to be taken out in the parking lot. And I don't want to hear about what it cost. Do you want to protect your kids or not? Jesus Christ, with the cost. Hey, stop sending money to fund college education in Burma and use that money on this. They're going to put cop at each door, 2 of them in the car, and they just sit in the car, watch the fucking door. That's it. Why is this so hard? People keep saying, oh, if you have cops in schools, then, it's a recipe for disaster. Then have them outside. We don't even want them inside. We want them outside. We want the fight with the lunatic in the parking lot. We don't want it in the hallway at the school. We want it in the parking lot. So that's where the cops need to be. Surely, Jesus Christ, this is the problem with the government. My retarded ass can come up with a solution in a few minutes. They can't come up with nothing. Shit just keeps happening. They got nothing. Metal detectors at the door. Kids walk through them. It is what it is. That way, no gun goes in. Lunatics get handled outside. You're done. Problem solved. Problem fucking solved. But if you solved the problem, you couldn't use it in your little elections to campaign on and fearmonger and all that shit. Ain't solving nothing. We're going to solve nothing. You also can't have pussy-ass cops either that stand outside and cry when they see the lunatic walking towards the door with the AR-15. They sit down. They go. He looks at his partner. He's like, I don't want to go. I'm scared. No, I need 2 lunatic motherfuckers themselves coming out the car. I need him gunned down. I need police brutality. I need police brutality. I need 2 cops that are on edge and they see the lunatic and they say, here we go. Switch the body camera off. I got something for this motherfucker. I need him popping him in the kneecap and then just torture him in the bar. I don't give a shit. He's a lunatic. He's coming to kill children. Do what you want with him. Throw him in the back of the trunk. Take him to the forest. Have your way with him. I don't care. I legitimately don't care. What you do to people who are going to go kill children at the elementary school, I don't give a shit what you do to them. And never will. Fillet them in the parking lot. I would not care. If I turn on the news and I heard, attempted school shooting was prevented by a cop, but a lot of people are a little upset about the cop's methods. He filleted the guy in the parking lot with a fillet knife, filleted him. I would say, interesting. Good for him. And let me tell you something. That might sound extreme, but you fillet one motherfucking lunatic in the school parking lot who's coming to kill children, motherfuckers will think twice about coming to do that shit. They'll think twice about being a copycat. If they would have filleted those 2 Columbine motherfuckers, people would have thought twice about being the next Columbine kid. They'd have said, no, they fillet people. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to have, like, some crimes are so severe that the punishment's got to be severe. It's got to be so severe. Why? because it's a deterrent. It will prevent some people from doing it because they will know the punishment and they will say, hell no. Hell no. And you'll be surprised how much crime can be prevented with just a simple deterrent like that, where you know they're going to throw you in boiling acid if you go into the elementary school and kill the children. Now, of course, the problem is these people a lot of times kill themselves in the school they kill themselves, so they don't have to face any consequences. So this really wouldn't work on that, but there are some things that it would work on. Some people are too coward to kill themselves. Some of these people get arrested. They kill these kids and then get arrested. It's crazy. They're still alive today, sitting in a prison somewhere. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And nowhere's safe from these lunatics. I liked how Trump was talking about shipping them to CCOT, sending them to El Salvador. Yes, that's a good deterrent. Yeah, hey, you go killing people and shooting up a school. You go into CCOT. Look up CCOT. That's where your ass will be. And you don't want to be in CCOT. Let me tell you something right now. You do not want to go to CCOT. Oh my God, I gotta watch this before I forget about it again. That Junie's got a new video apparently crying about Trump. I gotta see it. Surely he's got some talking points finally. They have nothing, by the way. They got nothing. They couldn't stop none of his confirmation, like his cabinet picks. They couldn't stop none of them. They all got in. I mean, these fucking dorks got nothing. I've never seen them so defeated in my fucking life. They got nothing. By the way, Trump's coming to Fort Knox. That's not too far from where I live. He's coming to see, and people have always wondered, is there gold really in that vault? And Trump's never going to find out. 7 views for this riveting info.
Listen, MAGA, you guys fucked up once by voting for Trump a second time. Okay.
I feel like we watched this already, though. Somebody told me this was new. Somebody told me there was a new one. Why are we on the Schmoes channel? What happened? How did we get here? What happened? Y'all lied to me. I've seen this one. Swear I watched this one already. Yeah, he was crying. When did he put this out?
Listen, MAGA,
People say I don't upload enough. Goddamn, this motherfucker upload once a fucking month. You gotta do better than this. Why can't I see the date on this? Oh, here we go. February. Oh, this old, bro. We already watched this, bro. Dude, what's going on with The Rock? What was that? So weird. Rock's like, I don't want that belt. But you're so. Damn, no Junie video. You lied to me. You told me lies. I think that dude thought it was new. I mean, every time I see Trump, he's just shitting on him, and he's just doing what he wants, and they can't do nothing. I mean, he's fucking retard. I'm telling you, they're dumb as fuck. They walk into every trap. I see Trump set traps all the time, and it's just they walk right into it. What he did to Kathy Hochul in New York was fucking hilarious. The dumb bitch. So they got some. They charge some fee or whatever. Y'all know what it is. Some bullshit fee where they go into town after a certain time, they get charged some fee, $9 or something. If you're getting charged, if you're going into town every day and you're getting hit with that $9, that's gonna add up. That's gonna add up every week. That's a decent little amount of money. Especially in fucking New York, everything's expensive as shit. So Trump, I don't know what he did something. And then he tweeted out, he was just like, well, I went ahead and got rid of that toll. I went ahead and got rid of it. Fuck it. It's no more. It's gone. And then Kathy Hochul said, I'm going to take you to court. You're not a king. I'm going to take you to court. Oh, he said, long live the king, too. Oh my God, that set him off. Trump has figured these people out, bro. You don't understand. This is over. Like, you don't understand that the only move they got is to try to kill him again, which they may very well do, but it would be a very bad idea. You're not going to win that fight against these people. If you kill Trump, you're getting fucked up. Like, these MAGA people are going to fuck you up. I think the military would turn on you. I don't think it's a smart move at all. At all. I think you just got to let Trump do his thing. He'll be out of there in 4 years. Like I said, the Democrats really need to calm down. They need to realize this is not 2016. And the best strategy is just let Trump do his thing, which they literally can't do because there's real consequences for them. I mean, the Epstein stuff, the goddamn money, the funding, all this shit, all this shady shit they got going on, the money laundering they got on. They literally can't. They can't. They're in between a rock and a hard place. A great song. And that's where they're on. In between a rock and a hard place. Because the best strategy long term for them politically to win elections would be just to chill the fuck out. But they can't. They can't. The media certainly needs to regain its credibility and quit bullshitting and gaslighting and all this TDS. They can't either. They can't. These people are so fucked because the only strategy they have, they cannot utilize it. They can't do it. They cannot act normal. They cannot calm down. This is serious shit for them. That's why Elizabeth Warren was losing her fucking mind because there's a lot of money that she gets from pharmaceutical companies and she's going to lose that money. See, this is why, Bernie Sanders and shit wants universal health care. It's got nothing to do with him caring about you. It's got to do with money. There's a lot of money in letting the government take over healthcare and using your tax dollars to pay for all that. Taking your tax dollars and giving it to pharmaceutical companies. And that's exactly what would happen. And it would be terrible healthcare. I don't even know why people want it. It would be terrible. You think the United States government going to give you some great healthcare? And most states have healthcare. You can say, don't your liberal state have some fucking healthcare for you? I mean, you live in a liberal state, right? You got Democrat-run government. Shouldn't you already have, shouldn't the state taxpayers just pay for it? For the state people? You don't even need Trump to do anything. You don't need the fucking federal government. Oh, but no, then you'd have to actually pay for it, Like, wait a minute, no, I want red states to pay for it. No, you pay for it. Your state pays for it, just for people in your state. No, 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 no. Ain't that shit funny? Everyone's so full of shit. Bernie Sanders, I saw through Bernie Sanders a long fucking time ago. People's finally catching on to Bernie Sanders, a fucking clown. When he sold out to Hillary Clinton, I was like, this dude's a work. Bernie Sanders would not beat Trump in a fucking election either. Get a fucking grip. I'm kind of sad we'll never get to see it because Bernie Sanders would have got annihilated by Trump. Because at the end of the day, Bernie Sanders is a fucking goof with all these crazy opinions and shit. Like, look how opposed he was to RFK. That tells you everything you need to know about Bernie fucking Sanders. And he's like, the pharmaceutical companies. What? Oh, the onesies. Do you support these onesies? Bernie, calm down. You're too old to be freaking out like that. You're gonna have a stroke. Do you support these onesies? God, shout out to East Maple. He gave me $20 on DoorDash. I forgot I had it, though. Now everything's closed. How to use that shit, man. Do you support these onesies? What? I got a pizza, but I don't really want pizza. Save it for another night. Use this credit I got. But everything's fucking closed. You know what's open? Pizza. Ah, well. By the way, White Castles isn't even open 24/7 anymore. But what Biden did to this country, what Democrats have done to this country over the last 8 years, they should go to prison for. And I'm not just talking about the politician. I'm talking about the voter. Dude, it's so fucking funny, bro. Some dude left a... Where is that? I want to read that. These people are fucking hilarious. We get so bent out of shape. You become so right-wing. You're so extreme. Yeah, I am. You should be in prison. I'm leaning into it. You should be in fucking prison for what you voted for, you fucking nerd. You're damn right I'm extreme. I'm getting extreme. We should put you in prison. I support you going to prison for voting for fucking Joe Biden. You understand? You wanted me in a COVID camp. You wanted all kinds of horrible things to happen to me over some fucking shot. By the way, speaking of that, speaking of old Maxine, how's that going? I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about that on here, so I won't. But look into that a little bit. Type that into your little fucking Google. Oh, you probably want to type that into X. A little update on how it's going for you with your little Maxine in you. That Maxine Waters you got. It rhymes with what I'm really talking about rhymes with Maxine. Maxine Waters. But forget the Waters. It's more about the word Maxine. It kind of sounds like another word you might have heard, but we're not allowed to say. So we say Maxine. How's that Maxine going? Hey, what's the latest on the Maxine? Have you read about it? Have you heard? Hey, who was right about that? How did I know, by the way? Am I some amazing, expert on Maxine? No. I don't know a lot about Maxine. I'm not a Maxine expert on Maxine. But I know that she's dangerous. I know enough to know to stay away from Maxine. Because she will fuck you up, boy. I heard Maxine gives you AIDS. That's what they're saying. They're saying Maxine has AIDS. And if you fuck with Maxine, you will get AIDS. Now remember, we're talking about a word that kind of sounds like Maxine, but it's not Maxine. That's what we're actually talking about. But we're using the word Maxine. It's kind of like when the AI has to use a coded word to get around the restrictions. You understand? The AI has to use coded language to get around the restrictions. So we have to do the same, or we'll be banned into obscurity. But Maxine has AIDS, and if you let Maxine into your body, like put her little fingers in your butthole and stuff, you'll get AIDS too. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what's going around. I'm glad I never messed with Maxine. But you may have messed with her. You may have AIDS now. You may want to get looked at. You may want to get a little checkup. You may have noticed you've been getting sick a lot lately because Maxine gave you AIDS, and now you're getting sick. You're catching everything. By the way, that's in the news. Everybody's getting sick. Not me, though. I'm not sick all the time because I didn't fuck Maxine. You understand? I didn't fuck her. You fucked Maxine. You stuck your dick in Maxine, and now you have AIDS. Your immune system has been weakened by the AIDS from Maxine. Now, remember, we're not actually talking about a woman named Maxine. We're talking about a word that kind of sounds like Maxine, but you're not allowed to say it on here, or you'll be banned into the shadow realm. So we say Maxine. You understand? You understand? Now, some of you have fucked Maxine. So I have to tell you that she has AIDS. She has AIDS. And you're probably going to get it too. Because you fucked with Maxine. But this is not about a woman named Maxine, because you might be a little confused. Some people may be confused. They may be saying, I am a virgin. I haven't fucked anybody. I'm not actually talking about a woman named Maxine. Maxine rhymes with a word. It's very similar to another word. Sounds very similar. Maxine sounds very similar to another word that you probably had in ya. And I wish you well. I wish you well. We can't talk about it. We can talk about it on X. We can talk about it on Rumble. But because we're on gay YouTube, we are not allowed. The truth is suppressed here on gay YouTube. Sad.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. The NCAA has complied immediately.
I haven't watched none of this shit. I'm about to die. Laughing at this motherfucker like, God damn, he got me choking. I'm choking on his cock. I'm glazing him. Where's Voxter? I'm glazing him. Cash Patel's coming in. Cash Patel's coming in. He's a serious man with a serious look in his eyes.
And for those of you who think that there's going to be a two-tier system of justice, not with Attorney General Bondi. There's a singular system of justice for all Americans, and there will be accountability.
Cash Patel, he's just been sworn in, or he's being sworn in right now in the White House. He's going to follow up with a speech. Let's go live to Cash Patel being sworn in.
Where's that Epstein list? Glenn Beck said we'd have it. Actually, I seen that Pam Bondi said she has it on her desk. She has it. She has the Epstein list. So I'm pretty sure she's the one's got to release it. So he gave it to her immediately. They had it. They had it this whole time. They got a list of motherfuckers that was fucking raping kids. The FBI had it the whole time. You understand what's going on? I get on Discord, by the way, and see you fucking retard faggots. It's been a month. It's been a month. And you're sitting there going, well, the gas ain't down. The price of food ain't down. Shut up, faggot. Shut up. Don't you understand what's happening? We're at war with the Illuminati right now, nerd. So why don't you go sit down? Why don't you go sit down and hush about your fucking eggs, faggot? So sick of listening to it. You had nothing to say about eggs the last 4 years. Hush. Hush. Some of these people voted for Trump. Man, took a bullet for you. You can't give him more than a month to get the goddamn price of gas down and the price of food down a little bit. God forbid you give that motherfucker a little more than a month as he's fighting against the goddamn New World Order. Then tried to kill him twice, and you're sitting there going, actually more than twice. I don't know how many days. God knows how many times they've tried to kill him, by the way, and we just don't hear about it. God knows how many Luna fucking ticks. There was a fucking guy trying to climb over into the White House lawn the other day. Lunatics are constantly trying to kill these motherfuckers. And you're sitting there going, he ain't got the price of gas down. It's been a month. It's been a month. You're trolling. You're trolling at a time like this? You're at war, sir. You think these people are just going to let you put the Epstein? You think these people are going to just go down without a fight? You think it's a game? He hasn't ended the Russian-Ukraine war yet. Do you think these fucking people are just going to let this war, military-industrial complex just fall apart without a fucking fight? Are you retarded? Are you a 12-year-old? Grown-ass man? Act like it. Think like a grown man. You're going to see some crazy shit. Do you think that Kamala would have got the price of gas or fucking shut up? Shut up. Sick of it. I mean, Elon's talking about sending Ron Paul into the Federal Reserve to audit it. And you're sitting around whining about the price of cheese. Sorry on a backhand, you dumbass, honestly.
Thank you all for being here today to celebrate Kash Patel. And I want to
And we'll get into the $5,000 checks we're supposed to get. I mean, don't let me forget to talk about the $5,000 checks we're supposed to get.
All right, here we go. Please place your hand on the guitar and raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely.
That I take this obligation freely.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
Without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully.
And that I will well and faithfully.
Discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
Discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Wow. First and foremost, we were just with President Trump, and I just want to thank him. I know he's not here in the room right now, but what a ride we have been on, what a courageous warrior and leader he has been, and the faith and trust he has put in me to lead the FBI is the greatest honor that I'll ever have in my life. And to General Bondi, that sounds pretty freaking cool. Pam, You're my sister, you're my mentor, you're my friend, you're my boss, and the confidence you have placed in me, I will never violate that trust. The men and women of the FBI will be led under your leadership through one standard, the Constitution. So thank you for entrusting me, Pam. Oh man, this is effing crazy. So obviously you don't get here alone.
This is effing
I'm here
crazy.
Because of God. I'm here because of my family, and I'm here because of my friends. And you're literally in this room because you made it happen. My sister Nisha and my nephew Aryan flew in from London just to be here. My beautiful girlfriend Alexis is here. Yes, I agree. My aunts and uncles are here. They've come from all over the country. I am living the American dream. And anyone that thinks the American dream is dead, just look right here. You're talking to a first-generation Indian kid who's about to lead the law enforcement community, the greatest nation on God's green earth. That can't happen anywhere else. To the senators and the men and women of the United States House of Representatives, you placed an enormous trust in me, an enormous leap of faith. One that I didn't know that I could possibly earn back, but I'm going to spend every single day on this job doing so. The fact that you placed the confidence you did in me has inspired me to reach new heights at this job. I promise you the following. There will be accountability within the FBI and outside of the FBI, and we will do it through rigorous constitutional oversight starting this weekend. This is great. We all used to live in the same freaking house. Yeah, I don't have any prepared remarks. I wish I could go around the room and, tell the story about how each and every one of you have magically touched my life to put me in this position. What a roller coaster ride it has been. I do know this. We are in this room together because you guys have a love of country that is truly inspirational, and it bleeds out everywhere we go. And if you look around this room, you see civil servants, you see warriors, you see attorneys, you see great husbands and fathers and mothers and wives. And we're fighting for the same thing, our future, our children, this guy. And there is no greater mission. I wish I had more words to thank every single one of you, but every time I look at every single one of you, you guys know the stories you can't tell. More importantly, the ones you can. This is, Pam and I were just talking in the back, and we were like, do you believe this? Like, we were on the campaign trail together. We were attorneys in the first administration together. Now we're here. She's the Attorney General. I'm the director of the FBI. Like, this is insane. And I don't really fully believe it yet. I hope to, but I'm just not here without you guys. And look, I know the media's in here, and if you have a target, that target's right here. It's not the men and women at the FBI. You've written everything you possibly can about me that's fake, malicious, slanderous, and defamatory. Keep it coming, bring it on. But leave the men and women of the FBI out of it. They deserve better. And for those of you who think that there's going to be a two-tier system of justice, not with Attorney General Bondi. There's a singular system of justice for all Americans, and there will be accountability. And the reason that this mission is so important is simply the following. 100,000 people last year raped. 100,000 people died of CCP fentanyl overdose and heroin. 17,000 homicides. Violent crime is out of control. We cannot have a United States of America where that is acceptable, where someone dies every 30 minutes, where someone ODs every 7, where someone's raped every 6. That cannot be allowed to continue, and it will not be allowed to continue. Our national security mission is equally as important. Anyone that wishes to do harm to our way of life and our citizens here or abroad will face the full wrath of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And if you seek to hide in any corner of this country or any corner of this planet, we will put on the world's largest manhunt and we will find you. And we will decide your end state, not you. We will uphold the Constitution. We will uphold ourselves to the Constitution. The men and women at the FBI, I have your back because you have the backs of the American people. You will be held to the same high standard. Any deviation from that standard will not be tolerated at this Federal Bureau of Investigation. The men and women at the FBI who make us safe deserve better, and they are going to get it with our leadership and your support. God bless America, and God bless every one of you. I love this country.
Pretty strong words there from now FBI Director Cash.
You're going to fucking prison. Put him in prison. I want politicians in cuffs. Fuck it. Care about what about the norms?
Germany has elections on Sunday. What are your thoughts? What do you expect to happen in the elections on Sunday?
Who has elections?
Germany.
Oh, Germany. I wish them luck. We got our own problems. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Fuck about Germany.
You just saw.
Gives a fuck.
What are your thoughts? What do you expect to happen in the elections on Sunday?
Who has elections?
Germany.
Oh, Germany. I wish them luck. We got our own problems. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I said, who gives a shit? When are they going to Fort Knox? When do we get to watch that? What else happened? I'm just gonna make something to eat. Federal Agency for Financial Oversight. They gonna make another one?
Fraud and abuse. And by the way, James, I hope that he is. I don't like the approach, but I like the fact that something's being done. There is no money in the till. We owe $36 trillion. We owe $106,000 each. So whatever the savings ought to be, it's not like President Trump's doing us a favor by giving us 20%. Everything ought to go to the debt because the Peterson people say by 2050, 50% of all revenue is going to go to satisfying interest on the debt. We should be paying the debt. Your response?
My response is this. We should be paying the debt, which is why the Doge dividend incentivizes every American to call out waste, fraud, and abuse, to lower the budget, to narrow the deficit, and to bring down the debt. Where was this emergency over the debt when we sent $350 billion to Ukraine to be wasted? Where was this emergency, Michael, on CNN when you guys were advocating $7,000 to migrants in Chicago? $7,000 a month per migrant, and now we want to spend $5,000 one time from President Trump to hardworking Americans. The migrants didn't deserve $7,000 a month. Hardworking Americans deserve a $5,000 check with President Trump's name on it. So enough with the double standard. Ukraine.
That's why they don't want that check. Put the name on it. Put the fucking name on it. Oh my God, they're fucking losing their goddamn minds. Trump's like, I'll just send everybody $5,000. And they're like, no, you fucking can't. And they're like, if it's so fucking funny. They're like, if you give everybody $5,000, you'll cause inflation. And it's like, just like this nerd said, where was this when you were sending all that money to Ukraine? Go fuck yourself. Where was this when you were giving all the money to the illegals? Now we're going to get a $5,000 check. Suck a cock. Suck a fucking cock. And it's going to have Trump's fucking name on it. Suck a fucking dick. Get over it, you fucking nerd. Get over it, you fucking dweeb.
I deserve $350 billion.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. This is Madoff-like. This is a Ponzi scheme.
No, Ukraine was a Ponzi scheme. The migrant funding was a Ponzi scheme. Hardworking Americans deserve a break.
James,
it was their money, Michael. It was their money.
James, give me a chance to speak. Theoretically, it's my program. We don't have the money, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a Ponzi.
Have the money for Ukraine, right? We didn't have the money for Ukraine. $350 billion.
I never do this. I don't want to be that guy. And do I have to silence your microphone so that I can respond to what you've said? Because there's so much fallacy in what you've just offered.
Please go ahead.
I have a very simple premise here. We're $36 trillion in debt. It's a fraud. As much as I want to see us cut waste, fraud, and abuse, it is an absolute fraud to say to the American people, because of what Musk is doing, we have $5 grand to give each of you. The only way we have $5 grand is if we're borrowing it, because we're that far in debt. I'm trying to meet you halfway.
No shit. Where was this? Where was this all the other time, you fucking dweeb?
Which is simply to say, what a good thing that finally we're going to look at waste, fraud, and abuse, albeit it shouldn't be in this.
Now we're finally going to give the people of America something. They're going to get a check. Everyone else got a check. Ukraine, motherfuckers in Burma was getting a check. Everybody was getting a check. By the way, it's our money to begin with, and everybody's just been getting our money and just taking it. And then Trump's like, I'll just give everybody $5 grand of the money back. Just give it back to them. You can't fucking do that. We're in debt. We're in debt. You can't spend money. We're in debt. You didn't say this about none of the other spending. You had nothing to say. These people have no argument. They are done. Give me my $5,000 check. I don't want to hear about inflation. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit y'all talking. Because I've been saying it and you don't give a fuck about none. Fuck you. Give my check.
Haphazard fashion. But let's at least be honest with the American people that whatever we quote unquote save, we already owe.
Watching these fucking people finally, after all these years, try to be objective and talk like they're finally saying shit that makes sense. What they don't realize is I don't care no fucking more. Give me my $5,000 check. You spent 4 years gaslighting, talking nonsense, giving everybody in the fucking world money. You're going to give me my $5,000 check. I don't want to hear about none of this shit. You didn't want to hear about it. When it was about illegals getting a hotel room paid for the taxpayer, you didn't care. Oh, hey, they had money for that. Oh, they had money to give illegals. So they got money. Trump has got your ass. Trump is smarter than you, and he's created a plan that makes a fool of you fucking people, takes everything you've done over the last 4 years and throws it right in your fucking face, and now you want to sit on TV and talk about the fucking debt. Suck a cock.
Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds to
fuck
respond,
about the
and
debt.
then I'm going to say see you later.
Book this motherfucker.
Michael, let me say this. We're fellow Americans. We care about this issue, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to come on this program, but I got to speak truth here. At the end of the day, we've got to send the money back that is saved, just 20% of it. The other 80% goes down to paying the national debt and narrowing the deficit. To your point, yes, there has been a fraud against the American people, the Green New Scam, Ukraine, the migrant crisis. Their taxpayer dollars were sent abroad, were not sent at home, were not spent in America, not on health care, not on education. That ends with President Trump's leadership today. He is delivering on his promise of major government reform, Michael. The Doge dividend plan is bold, and Americans support it.
All right, I'm calling time on all of that. I appreciate your being here. I think we've each, I hope, made our respective points. Thank you.
What a bunch of clowns. Give me that $5,000 check. Well, it'll cause inflation. It'll cause it. Shut up, nerd. Shut up, nerd. You already fucked everything up. We're broke. We're broke. We need it. Fuck you. Fuck you. The one time these people want to buck up and say we can't spend money is when it's about giving it to us. Fuck you. You have no credibility. You continue to embarrass and make a fool of yourself every fucking day. There was a time to talk about the debt and say all this shit. You're way past that time. People done seen your true colors. So when you start bucking up and saying all this now, when it's about giving the money to Americans, people start go, what? Well, when it was about giving it to illegals, they defended it and loved it. When it's about giving it to American citizens, now suddenly this is a problem. It's going to cause inflation. What about our debt? All these things that you were saying when it was about illegals, now they're saying it when it's about Americans. These people don't give a fuck about the fellow citizens. These people, this is what I'm saying. These people knew what they were voting for when they voted for Biden. These people don't care. They want to fuck your life up. They want to make you suffer for voting Trump. But so many of them, so many people realized, God damn, I can't live like this. And they said, fuck it, we just gotta vote for Trump. But there were still like 70 million motherfuckers that voted for Kamala. Because there's still motherfuckers that just want to watch everything fucking be fucked. They love it. They love watching you suffer. And when you might get a $5,000 check, might help you out. No, fuck that. Fuck that. Can't give that to them. When it's about illegals, though, it's so fucking weird. The obsession with illegals. Giving the illegals money and just, no, there was no outrage at all about that. Now they want you, and they want to call you a hypocrite. It's so fucking funny. Oh, you're a hypocrite. No, 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 no. Well, we're both hypocrites then. But the difference is, I want the money given to Americans. You want it given to illegals. We're both hypocrites about the debt. Because nobody gives a fuck about the goddamn debt. But you've never mentioned it until right now. You've never brought up the debt until it was about giving every American citizen $5,000. Then you got really concerned with the debt. That's strange. When it was about killing motherfuckers in Ukraine, you loved it. When it was about giving it to illegals, you loved it. All the things. But people in Burma getting something, you loved it. They didn't get the teeth out. You loved it. All right, it ain't done yet. You're fully exposed. I mean, you people really played yourself. I told you just need to calm down. Dude, Woody Harrelson. I gotta watch that tomorrow. Look at this motherfucker. What the fuck? Where's that Epstein list? And they're finding all kinds of shit. I mean, they were giving billions of dollars to like their friends and shit. They were just taking like billions of dollars and just giving them to their friends, to their fucking little organizations and shit. Taking the taxpayer money and just giving it out to these organizations that they run. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer quit the case. As soon as that Cash Patel guy got put in there, he quit. Okay, so who knows what we're about to see?
reports that you were considering merging the United States Postal Service with the Commerce Department. Can you elaborate on if this is something you're considering?
Well, we want to have a post office that works well and doesn't lose massive amounts of money. And we're thinking about doing that, and it'll be a form of a merger, but it'll remain the Postal Service, and I think it'll operate a lot better than it has been over the years. It's been just a tremendous loser for this country. Tremendous amounts of money are being lost, and we think we can do something that'll be very good and keep it a very similar way, but whether it's a merger or just using some of the very talented people that we have elsewhere so it doesn't lose so much. It's losing a tremendous amount of money.
There are reports that
What's the conspiracy about this, Doug? Why is he really taking the post service away, Doug? What in the world? What is wrong? What is wrong with Kanye?
Adam Schiff is the worst criminal in Congress in the last 250 years. Adam Schiff went to the podium day after day after day
Adam
saying,
Schiff is fucked. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I see Adam Schiff go to prison, I'm telling you, I'm getting a fucking MAGA hat. I'll get an Elon Musk. I'll be glazing all of them. If they put Adam Schiff in prison, oh my God.
I know nothing about this. We're not going to discuss it. We're going to protect it. And then Adam Schiff, led the prosecution of the impeachment trial in the Senate of President Donald Trump. Talk about someone who was conflicted out of the game because he was part of the hoax that brought Charmella in, manufactured that false accusation, and then peddled it out to the world. And he continued, not surprising, he's lied about almost everything in his life. But now he lied just to set up a presidential impeachment. And that's what I was talking about, these disinformation campaigns. He should be investigated because he lied to the world about his interactions with Charmella, who is a whistleblower, and I can't stress it enough, that started a presidential impeachment.
Put him in prison. Start putting these politicians in prison. I want the media losing it. I want Elizabeth Warren in cuffs. I want Pelosi in cuffs. I want McConnell. I want all of them. All four of them right there, cuffs. I want fucking every one of them in cuffs. They're all criminals. They're all criminals. Put them in prison. Simple. Investigate them because I guarantee they've done all kinds of shit. We'll find tons of crimes. And then guess what? You know what happens when you find crimes? You go to prison. That's what happens. These people need to go to prison. Yeah, when are we getting rid of the IRS? They've been stealing all the Social Security money. They've been stealing everything.
The end of her presidential
I need to watch this. Where do I watch this?
And she was so happy that she released it. And
Did you
she
see
was
Elon at that with the fucking chainsaw? The guy brought the chainsaw out. The guy from Argentina.
That was the end of her presidential career. She does not like me very much, but she's a very angry person. Do you notice the way she is? She's always screaming, and she's crazy. These people are crazy. The radical left is meaner. I don't know what it is, Doug. They're meaner than us, aren't they? We're like normal people. You know, we're smart. We get our word, but we don't go crazy. Of course, they'll take my little rant from 15 minutes ago, the fake news. He lost control on the stage. He lost control. And they'll have me screaming, having to do with Franklin, poor Franklin. He lost control of the stage. Oh, these people are bad. They are really sick, too. I don't get it. You know, you think they'd want to love our country. They have no ratings anymore. Nobody listens to them. Nobody believes the fake New York Times. Washington Post is doing no business. They're losing all their business. Nobody
Elon's about to
believes
get you a $5,000 check. You need to hush.
radical left
Hush.
bureaucrats out of the building and lock
Hush
the
up.
doors behind them. We've
Get out of the way.
thousands.
Get out of the way. Or get steamrolled through. We ain't hearing none of that. Hush. Hush. People got bills to pay. Hush. Food's expensive. Hush up. I mean, what's Elon got to do? Bought Twitter for you so you could get on there without getting fucking censored constantly. Getting your $5,000 check. What do you want? God damn. He was the sole employee with. I mean, listen to this shit. He was the sole employee with the keys and the institutional knowledge needed to rescue visitors from locked restrooms. What is that? Give me a link to that. National parks are in chaos after Trump's cuts fired. He was the look at this. He was the sole employee with the keys and the institutional knowledge needed to rescue visitors from locked restrooms. What is Trump fired the guy with the bathroom key, and the guy took it home. He's the only guy that can open that bathroom for you. Nobody else knows how to do that. Why not just leave the door unlocked so we can go take a fucking piss? Imagine you about to shit yourself. You got to go find the guy, the bathroom key guy. What's going on in those national park bathrooms anyway? What's going on there? Well, it may be time for bed. I gotta eat this pizza first. Never mind. Talk amongst yourself. Look at that freschetta. 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 What a beautiful pizza. Look at that. Give it 10 out of 10. I even ate it. 6 out of 10. Let's see one of the greatest pizzas you've ever had in your life. Really special. Beautiful. And we're back. Just delicious pizza. Wow. Freschetta. I'm gonna say Freschetta, one of the best looking frozen pizzas I've seen. Freschetta. Let's watch that CPAC. I need that 5K, Elon. Oh, they finally put this up. I ain't even watched all this yet. But I seen a clip of it. Like, what is he talking about? I want his soul. I want your soul. We can't watch it on here. We'll get banned. We'll be banned. Oh God. Damn, an hour.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Magic
Thank
Boy, I
you.
told my girlfriend about you last night.
And a very special hello to
About your
CPAC.
crime.
It's
Your
been a
crimes
long
against
time.
women.
We've loved being back, and it's hotter
She
than
said you
ever.
sound like a
This
sick
place is
man.
packed. You got to see outside. They don't know what's happening. They have no idea what's happening. And a friend is here from Argentina, and a friend is here from Poland. Stand up. Great job. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the nation's capital, where our movement is thriving, fighting, winning, and dominating Washington like never before. Nobody's ever seen anything like this before. They used to have little smaller crowds here. It's a little bigger. The fraudsters, liars, cheaters, globalists, and deep state bureaucrats are being sent packing. The illegal alien criminals are being sent home. We're draining the swamp, and we're restoring government by the people, for the
I think CM
people.
Punk might win
For
and
years,
fight Cody.
Washington
Yeah,
was
I see it.
controlled by a sinister group of radical left Marxists, warmongers, and corrupt special interests who drained our wealth, attacked our liberties, obliterated our borders, and sucked our country dry. Not any longer. But on November 5th, we stood up to all the corrupt forces that were destroying America. We took away their power. We took away their confidence. They lost their confidence. You know, do you ever watch? They lost their confidence. Oh, it's so nice to watch. And we took back our country. And we must be doing something right, because we've got the highest poll numbers that I've ever had and that any Republican president has ever had. And our approval rating is now the highest ever across all demographics. Rasmussen just came out at 56%. Insider Advantage, 56%. RMG Research, 57%. And we have many polls in the mid-60s, one at 71%. We like that, 71. And according to YouGov, a big deal, 70% of Americans believe that what we are doing is right, and we are keeping our promises. That's all we're doing, when you think, is keeping our promises. That's all we had to do. And their promises weren't worthwhile to go and vote for. They loved men playing in women's sports, open borders, little things like that. But don't tell them. Don't tell them. Keep it quiet. We'll tell them about a week before the next election. Now keep it quiet. Let them think it's a great thing what they're doing. You saw Maine yesterday, right? The governor of Maine. She's fighting to keep men in women's sports. You ever see what happens to a woman when a woman boxes a man who transitioned to womanhood? Did you ever see what happens? It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Let her do that fight. Let them all do that fight. Because I think that's about a 90-10 issue. And
I ain't cooking that Maine governor, bro.
Nobody can. So today I want to say thank you to all of the incredible patriots of CPAC and all of the incredible patriots in our country. 77 million, and it's actually much more than that because despite that, they cheated like hell. It was just too big to rig. It was too big to rig. 77 million. Remember, you used to go, I said, look, we're leading in the polls by a lot. Don't believe the polls. Just go and vote. You got to vote. We got to make it too big to rig. And they tried, but it was too big to rig. One of the great statements. We love it because everybody went and voted. We fought through hell together, but in the end, we achieved the great liberation of America. We're liberating our country right now. We're doing all these things that you're reading about. We're liberating our country. I first spoke to this gathering 14 years ago, and I won your straw poll. I didn't know anything about a straw poll. They took this big straw poll, and I won by like 27 points. And I figured, you know, that's good. Maybe I should keep doing it, and I did. And I became president. Isn't that great? Who would think? Who would think? But he became president, too. He's a MAGA guy, too. Make Argentina great again, right? Make Argentina great again. I kept hearing about this man. I kept hearing about this man in beautiful Argentina, and it is beautiful, but boy, did it have inflation. Inflation made it less beautiful. I hear you're doing fantastically. We're very proud of you, actually. And make Argentina great again. Thank you very much. Great honor to have you. But now it's my honor to address you for the first time as your 47th President of the United States. Great honor. I want to begin by thanking Matt and Mercedes Schlapp for the incredible job they do, and everyone they put together. They put together an amazing team. The American Conservative Union for organizing this event. You have some big players here. Senator Ted Cruz, Eric Schmidt, Jim Banks of Indiana. Where's Eric? Where is Eric? Is it? Hello, Eric. You can see Eric anywhere. If he's right in the back of the room, he stands up. They're all good. These are great people. Representatives Riley Moore, James Comer, Harriet Hagerman, Byron Donalds. Our great Attorney General, it's going to be great, Pam Bondi. Where's Pam? I don't know where she is. So many people. So many people. Secretary Doug Burgum. Secretary Chris Wright. Oh, he's going to get that energy out of the ground. Secretary Scott Turner. Our next ambassador to the United Nations, Elise Stefanik, who just gave a great speech, by the way. A very good friend of mine. Is this guy central casting, though? Tom Homan. Is he central casting? Where is that? Hello, Tom. Are you? I love that. How can I love a guy like that? But I do. He's doing a great job. Thank you, Tom, very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Arkansas Governor Sarah Sanders. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. And Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday. I love that name. We're also honored to be joined by President Duda of Poland, who's a fantastic man and great friend of mine, and we got 84% of the Polish people that voted for us, so you must be doing something right, huh? Hanging out with Trump. And again, President Milei of Argentina, thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a great guy. And the Prime Minister of Slovakia, Robert Fico. Robert, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Nice to see you. The leader of the UK Reform Party, who, by the way, did really well in that last election. I've been his friend for a long time, and I wasn't sure, am I supposed to be his friend or not? But it never mattered to me if he did well or not. I always liked him, but it's easier to like him when he got the kind of votes he got. He really took it by storm, and they say he's going to do even better this time. Nigel Farage. Where is Nigel? Thank you, Nigel. Thank you. What a great guy. The leader of Spain's Vox Party, Santiago Abascal. Thank you, Santiago. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought that was you. Thank you very much. Great job you're doing. And a friend of mine, Eduardo Bolsonaro of Brazil, the Chamber of Deputies. Thank you. Thank you. Say hello to your father. Thank you very much. Great family. Great gentleman and a great family. And our great First Lady, Melania, is watching us right now on television. So give her a hand. Give her a hand. Whoa. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, she's going to be happy. That's so nice. We love our First Lady. Everybody does. With the help of so many incredible supporters here today, we're going to forge a new and lasting political majority that will drive American politics for generations to come. I think we're going to do fantastically well in the midterms. You know, in theory, the one that wins the presidency does not do well in the midterms, but I think this is going to be a change. We're at a level, I don't think we've been at this level maybe ever as the Republican Party. We're a bigger, better, stronger party than ever before. More people in our party than ever before. But the people have given us a resounding mandate for dramatic change in Washington, and we are going to deliver it. We're going to use it, and we're going to make America great again by using it. So it's going to be something. But think of it, at the presidential level, we won the popular vote by millions and millions of votes. We swept all 7 swing states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, all by great margins. We won 85% of all of the counties in America. That means that map was red. Did you ever see the map? Did you see the certified map? Where is it? I want to see a certified map. It's all red. You can hardly find the blue. Think of this. They won 525 counties, and we won 2,600 counties. It's the biggest margin ever recorded. And incredibly, for the first time ever, all 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party. It's never happened before. So it was indeed too big to rig. We won the largest number of African-American votes in Republican history, by far. We won the largest number of Hispanic-American votes, any Republican ever. Hispanic Americans, we love you. The energy, the brilliance of Hispanic Americans. We won all of the cities and towns along the Texas border, whereas before I ran, we won none. We never used to win any. I got a call from our great governor of Texas who said, President, you just won every single town along the Texas border to Mexico. I said, oh, is that good? He said, it hasn't happened since Reconstruction. I said, define Reconstruction for me. He said, that means essentially the Civil War. That's a long time. But that was when I first heard about it, actually. Our party has become the proud voice of hardworking citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. And I think one of the main reasons, not that we're conservative or not that we're anything else, we are the party of common sense. It's about common sense, right? It's all about common sense. Over the past month, we've confirmed an all-star team of warriors, patriots, visionaries, and put the America First agenda into action. I see Doug Burgum sitting right over there. I tell you, he was so good. I looked at him. I said, I got to have him here. I got to have him. He was a great governor. He's involved with a little thing called energy. He's got the Department of Interior, and Chris Wright has the Department of Energy. So Chris has no energy, and Doug has all of the energy. Chris has more interior, but he doesn't have. So I merged them. So now you have an energy guy, and you have the guy with all the energy, and you're going to drill, baby drill, aren't you, huh? Drill, baby, drill. And Catherine, stand up. His wife is incredible. She is such an incredible woman. Incredible woman. You got very lucky, Doug. It's good to be successful, isn't it, Doug? She's an incredible woman. He's an incredible guy. In addition to the great cabinet secretaries we have here today, we confirm Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth to end the woke insanity and rebuild our military. Pete is fantastic. Thank you. To stop the weaponization of federal law enforcement, I know about that, I think, better than any human being on earth. This week, we swore in a new director of the FBI, somebody that everybody wanted, Kash Patel. Kash is great. He's a popular guy. He went through with the blessing of a lot of good people, too. I'll tell you, it was great. To end the politicalization of our intelligence agencies, we confirmed Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who is something very respected, highly respected. And to make America healthy again, we confirmed Secretary of Health and Human Services. And to make America healthy again, we confirmed Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. Great guy. We need him. We need him. You know, there's a number on autism as an example with children, autism. And you go back 15 years, it was from 10 to 20,000. You had like 1 in 10 to 20,000. Some say 10, some say 20, but it was in that vicinity. That's a big vicinity. Now it's 1 in 36 babies have autism. 1 in 36. Think it was 1 in probably 20,000 people. Now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. Something's wrong. And Bobby is going to find it. Working with Dr. Oz, by the way. Working with Dr. Oz. Together, we've achieved more in 4 weeks than most administrations achieve in 4 years. We made a lot of progress. I heard O'Reilly last night say Donald Trump, for the first 4 weeks, is the greatest president ever in the history of our country. That was O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly is all right. You know who he said second was? George Washington. That's not bad. I beat George Washington. I love beating George Washington. Thank you, Bill. On our first day in office, we declared a national emergency at our southern border. After years of politicians using our military to defend foreign borders while leaving our country defenseless and helpless, we deployed a group of people, active duty troops, to defend our border and repel the invasion of our country. This was an invasion. You know, we had a great first term, a really great first term. and I called it an invasion. And we had great numbers, but now we have the best numbers we've ever had. We've never had numbers like this. We've done it all in 4 weeks. Think of it. That was Tom Homan, Kristi Noem, the whole group. When day one, I ended the catch and release. I reinstated remain in Mexico when I signed an order that will end birthright citizenship for the children of illegal aliens. Because it wasn't meant for these children. It wasn't meant for people that escaped or invaded, came into our country illegally. It was meant for the children of slaves. Because when it was done, many, many years ago, it was during a very tough period in this country's history, and that was meant for the children of slaves. I wish people would understand that so they could get this thing approved and we don't have millions and millions of people coming into our country and they shouldn't be here. This week, I also canceled temporary protected status for migrants from Haiti. They're pouring into our country, pouring in. If I weren't elected president, there'd be nobody in Haiti anymore. They were pouring in at levels from other countries too, all over Africa, the Congo, all over South America. And they were coming in from prisons and mental institutions and insane asylums, jails, and gang members. And you have to see it, gang members, drug lords, people that are drug addicted. They were sending them all into our ridiculous and very stupid Biden open border. Our border czar was Kamala. Haven't said that name in a while. I haven't said that name. No, I haven't said that name in a while. Kamala. I'll bet nobody knows her last name. Nobody ever knows her last name. Even during the campaign, you'd have to say Kamala. It's strange, you know, a little different name. Kamala, because her last name was Harris. I used to say Senator Harris. Nobody knew who the hell I was talking about. So I had to go Kamala. But think of it, I was beating Joe badly, really badly, and they changed him. I'm the only one that ever had to beat two people. I had to beat two. Had to beat two. We beat two. I didn't beat. You beat. You beat two people. No, he was doing badly. That's like the great Dana White. He has a fight, and one guy's doing really badly, so when they take him out, they put another guy in the fight, the same guy that's... I had that. Never happened before. A lot of things we do never happened before. You ever notice that? We're the first in everything. So we beat two candidates. They said, who do you run against? Well, we ran against Biden and we ran against Kamala Harris. But illegal border crossings now have plummeted by almost 100%. The border czar never called the border, never called the great people of the border. They have unbelievable. I called them so much they couldn't take my calls. They hated me. But then they became to love me. You know why? Because the border people want to have great borders. But you have to call them on occasion. How are we doing today? Pete, how are we doing? You have to call. And we called the right guys. I became friends. You know, the Border Patrol endorsed me. And these people, you have no idea. They weren't supposed to, because you're not supposed to do that. I don't think you're allowed to do it. Actually, they did it anyway. They said, this is crazy. But these are great people, and ICE, and our general law enforcement, and by the way, our great, great firemen and firewomen, too. They were great. They all endorsed us. With the police, we got high 90s in terms of, and many of them were unionized, you know. We have a young lady who's right now going for the Department of Labor, and she tends to be a little bit on the slightly left of center. And everybody said, why did I do that? I said, you know why I did that? Because unions like her and labor likes her and a lot of people like her, and she's very solid, very strong, and she's going to do the right thing. But they all voted for us. They didn't vote for me, they voted for us. We got the Teamsters, we got the firefighters, we got the police, we got the auto workers. We're so great. We had tremendous support, so I think it's nice to give them a person in the center. because that's what she's going to be very good, I think. But a lot of people say, why'd you do that? I said, because I want to do something nice for these people that voted for me. Oh, gee, what a great political move that was. Now they're all saying, what a great political move. No, it's all common sense. Remember that. Remember that. Sean O'Brien was fantastic. The whole group, they were great. Over the past few weeks, we've begun the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a very moderate man, but he was very strong on that. He didn't like people running into our country and taking over our country. I'll tell you, I had 4 years. I don't know if you had this. I couldn't stand it. Don't get angry. Donald, don't get angry, please. I couldn't stand it. Watching these people come in from jails and mental institutions and the worst criminals in the street, gang members being dropped off in buses and bussed into our country. I couldn't stand it. So I said, I'm going to run for president again. And now we don't have that problem. Now we don't have that problem anymore. We don't have that problem anymore. We now have the best border we've ever had. And by the way, if they can ever find my world's favorite chart ever in history, I'll show you what it was when I left. And now it's even slightly better. Can you drop that chart, do you think? I don't know. I never tell them about this, but they used to drop it like magic. If they can, they'll drop it. Who the hell knows? But it's my favorite chart. My favorite chart in history. We're liberating communities like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, that have been occupied by illegal alien criminals from all over the world. We're rescuing the Americans whose jobs have been stolen, whose wages have been robbed, and whose way of life has been absolutely destroyed. And under the Trump administration, our country will not be turned into a dumping ground. We're not going to do it. We're going to have a great country again. It's going to happen soon, a lot sooner than you think, and we're going to have so much money coming in from tariffs. Oh, you're going to say, your senators and your congressmen are going to say, please, sir, please, you're making us look so bad. We have so much money coming in. I didn't know this was going to happen. Please don't do this to us. We look very bad. But they're great. They're doing well. I tell you, the Republican senators they're sticking together. The Republican congressmen and women are sticking together. Every once in a while, you have one that wants a little action or something. I don't know what it is. It's so sad to see. I just hate to see it. I hate to see it, but they're sticking together. One thing about the Democrats, they have rotten, horrible policy, the worst policy in history, but they stick together. We have great policy, but sometimes they don't stick, but they've been sticking for us. They've been sticking. And I think the speaker and the leader have done a fantastic job. That's Thune and Johnson, and I think they've done, two guys really working hard and they're really doing a great job. But we have a lot to stick with. We have a lot to stick together for, because what we've done has never been done before. Nobody's ever seen anything like this, and nobody's ever seen 4 weeks like we've had. Especially the 4 weeks, the first 4 weeks. You know, that's like if you golf, when you sink that first 4-footer in the first hole, it gives you confidence on the next hole. You sink another one. Now you go into that third hole and you can't, and by the time you get to the fifth hole, you feel you can't miss, right? Like a baseball player, he gets up and he hits the first one, and then the second at bat, he hits that one. And, you know, and we have great confidence. And they've lost their confidence, as I said. They've really lost their confidence. I watched them. They're really screwed up. I watched this MSNBC, which is a threat to democracy, actually. They're stone cold mean, but they're stuttering. They're all screwed up. They're all mentally screwed up. They don't know what. Their ratings have gone down the tubes. I don't even talk about CNN. CNN's sort of like, I don't know. They're pathetic, actually. But MSNBC was mean. Their ratings are absolutely down. This Rachel Maddow, what does she have? She's got nothing. Nothing. She took a sabbatical where she worked 1 day a week. They paid her a lot of money. She gets no ratings. I should go against her in the ratings, because I'll tell you, She gets no raise. All she does is to talk about Trump, 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 Trump. All different subjects, Trump this, Trump that. But these people are really, I mean, they lie. They shouldn't be allowed to lie every night. They are really a vehicle of the Democrat Party. They should be paying. Is that Gordon? Yes, is that Gordon? The great Gordon Chang? Is that Gordon? Stand up, Gordon. Wow. We have everybody here today. Thank you very much. How am I doing on China? Am I doing good? Am I doing good on China? Tell you one thing, nobody's ever done like I've done on China. Nobody ever let people know what was happening with respect to China. And I happen to like President Xi, and I have tremendous respect for the people of China, love the people of China. But we've been treated very unfairly by China and many other countries. And we're not being unfairly treated anymore. We had that down to a science in the first term, and then they lost it. You know, we lost over $1 trillion to China this last year under Biden, Crooked Joe Biden. What do we like better, Crooked Joe or Sleepy Joe? Ready? Ready? Crooked Joe or Sleepy? Ready? Crooked Joe. Sleepy Joe. Got to stay with Crooked. He had one ability that I didn't have. He could do something that I couldn't do. I don't say that because he was a horrible golfer. Remember, he challenged me during the debate to a golf match? He said, I'm a 6 handicap. I said, you're not a 36 handicap. He said he's a 6. And then he said, well, I'm 8. Remember? I said, that was quick. Picked up 2 strokes. He said, no, I'm an 8. But he's not a 36 handicap. But he had one ability that was amazing. He could go with cameras on him, television, fake news on him, probably because he knows they wouldn't cover it badly. You know, they covered him as well as you can cover him. How the hell can you cover the guy well? But he had this incredible ability. He could barely walk in the sand. Somebody thought he looked great in a bathing suit. And he'd walk in the sand pulling a thing that weighed about 6 ounces. You know those aluminum? See, aluminum's very good. A child, it's meant for children and very old people to lift, right? So he would put it down, and he'd put it down, and he'd fall into it, and he'd immediately fall asleep in front of the media. I could never do that. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I could never do it. No, he was Sleepy Joe, but he was crooked as hell. You know, there's no question. He was a sleepy, crooked guy. Terrible, terrible president. He was the worst president in the history of our country. I don't care, I'll say it. Jimmy Carter passed away recently, and he passed away a happy man. He was a happy man when he passed away because he said that it's not even close. Joe was the worst, and believe me, I have to clean up the mess. I'm cleaning up the mess, and it is a mess on the border with inflation. To go over every single thing he touched turned to shit, okay? Everything. It's true. It's true. That's true. Now Franklin Graham's angry at me. They'd be better if you would never use foul language. And I told him, I said, Franklin, you know, Franklin Graham's a great guy, by the way, does a great job. The son of the great Billy Graham, right? But I said to Franklin, you know, sometimes you need it for emphasis. And he said, no, they'd be even better if you wouldn't use any bad language. That's not really a terrible word, you know. But that's a much more appropriate word, a better. What word would I use to describe? What word could I use? It's and we have to be truthful too. So, you know, all countries are now taking their illegal aliens back, even those that stated strongly, we will never take them back. Don't ever send them to us. But they said that during the Biden administration. They never said it during my administration. Venezuela's taking them back. They're all, Colombia's taking them back. Remember, Colombia said, we will not take them back, he said. And within about 13 minutes, I think, we would love to take them back. In fact, we will send our planes to pick them up. Remember? And they said, what happened? What happened? And you see these Venezuelan planes loaded up with some real nice people. You wouldn't have wanted to be the pilot on any of those planes. But they know we're not playing games, and just this week I officially designated bloodthirsty cartels and murderous gangs as foreign terrorist organizations, something which Biden didn't want to do and nobody wanted to do. It's true. The full might and power of the federal government will now be dedicated to eradicating MS-13, Tren de Aragua. That's the Venezuelan prison gangs. These are very nice fellows. The only thing good about them is they make our criminals look like nice people. It's true. Remember when they used to say, people that come in from foreign countries are nice people. These are wonderful people. These are good people. They're not murderers. They're not terrible. These people make us look like babies, okay? You know the Hells Angels? They're among the nicest people on earth when you compare them to these thugs. And the Hells Angels actually love our country, if you can believe that. They actually do. But their members and their leaders in the United States will be hunted down. I'm talking about MS-13. They're hunting them down. We removed tens of thousands, MS-13, Tren de Aragua, rooted out, arrested, and expelled from our soil like the savage monsters that they are. We don't have anybody coming up from Argentina. Nobody's coming up from Argentina to facilitate the mass removal of criminal aliens. I also issued an executive order to make available the full capacity and detention. We're going to use Guantanamo Bay. We have a detention facility that's actually massive. Nobody even knew it existed. Holds thousands of prisoners. We never used it. For 4 long years, you had a president who put illegal aliens up in penthouse suites in beautiful hotels on Park Avenue, on Madison Avenue, or on Fifth Avenue in Manhattan. Now you have a president who is stamping their ticket to Gitmo on a one-way trip back to the places from which they came. Wonderful places. Big difference. My administration is also moving swiftly to save the U.S. economy from the train wreck of inflation and worse that Joe Biden created. I withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord. It was a disaster. That was a disaster. I terminated the Green New Scam. One of the greatest hoaxes ever played on this country is the Green New Scam. We spent trillions of dollars on this nonsense, and just a total hoax. It really set back our country, I want to tell you, monetarily and every other way. And I canceled Joe Biden's insane electric vehicle mandate where everybody has to have an electric car. And if you want an electric car, get an electric car. If you want a gasoline-powered car, if you want to have a hybrid, you get it. The only thing you can't do is a hydrogen-powered car. You know why? They said it really works great, but when it doesn't work, you never find the body. That's a bad sign. You know, when it doesn't work, they found the body on a tree about 250 yards up the road. It's seriously bad. So we'll leave hydrogen out of it for a little while, I think, or maybe permanently. I'd say permanently. To crush inflation by slashing spending, I imposed an immediate federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, and a foreign aid freeze. We're given to countries that hate us. We're giving billions and billions of dollars to countries that hate us. And I signed an order creating the Department of Government Efficiency. You probably haven't heard of it, which is now waging war on government waste, fraud, and abuse. And Elon is doing a great job. He's doing a great job. We love Elon, don't we? It's that guy, he's a character. With his son X. We love X. He's the only one can get away. His son's really named X. He's the only one can get away with naming his son X. If we ever did it, they'd say, you're crazy. But he's great. He's doing a great job, and he doesn't need this either. He doesn't need it, but he wants to see, he's a patriot. People said, well, what official position does he have? I said, patriot. Oh, they didn't know. They said, that was good. He's a patriot. Here are some of the flagrant scams that, as an example, they've spent money on and we've been able to recapture for a large dose of it at least. $520 million for a consultant to, think of that, $520 million, $520 million. When I hire consultants and they just take advantage of me, it's a horrible thing to watch. And I give them $25,000. I feel I'm overpaying. These guys got $520 million. Environmental, social, governance, and investments in Africa. $25 million to promote biodiversity, conservation, and socially responsible behavior in Colombia. This is Colombia, South America, not Columbia University. Of course, that might be worse, actually, based on their actions. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows where. Who are they? Where do they come from? Just sedentary migrants. Nobody even knows what a sedentary migrant is. If they were sedentary, they wouldn't be a migrant, right? They wouldn't move. No, they wouldn't move. They'd stay in the same place. Right, Doug? $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $10 million for Mozambique medical male circumcisions. Why are we going to Mozambique to do circumcisions? It's a lot of money. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. Is a beauty. $486 million to a consortium of elections and political process strengthening ideas, of which $22 million goes to inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova. $29 million goes to strengthen the political landscape and help them out so that they can vote for a radical left communist in Bangladesh. You had to see who they supported. You wouldn't believe, yeah, you would believe it. Nobody in this room would be in that group. $20 million for fiscal federalism and $19 million for biodiversity in Nepal. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. $18 million for helping India with its elections. Why the hell? Why don't we just go to all paper ballots? Let them help us with their elections, right? Voter ID. Wouldn't that be nice? We're giving money to India for elections. They don't need money. They take advantage of us pretty good. One of the highest tariff nations in the world. We try and sell something, they have a 200% tariff, and then we're giving them a lot of money to help them with their election. $32 million for the Prague Civil Society Center. $14 million for social cohesion in Liberia. $9.7 million to develop a cohort Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. Think of that. Millions of dollars for sex change operations in Guatemala. $20 million for Sesame Street in Iraq. They put on a little play on the street. $20 million. You could do it on Broadway and have $19 million left over. No, it's a scam. They get kickbacks and all sorts of things. It's a scam. Who ever heard of it? Think of it, $20 million Sesame Street, a play. We're also uncovering outrageous incompetence and fraud in the Social Security. We have, look, let's assume that people, generally speaking, in our case, and everybody in this room, we're going to all live way over 100, but this is a little ridiculous because not too many people are going over 100. Everybody, hopefully, in this room will. But there are in the Social Security ranks and files. And what we're doing now is finding out, do they get paid? Do they get paid? In other words, is somebody taking all of this money? So they have over 100 to 109 4.7 million Social Security numbers. Think of that, from people whose age is over 100. 3.6 million people whose age is over 110 years. 3.47 million people who are over 120 years of age. 3.9 million people whose age goes from 130 to 139 years of age. 3.5 million whose age goes from 140 to 149 years old. 1.3, see, it's coming down now slowly. No, it's all a scam. The whole thing is a scam. 1.3 million people, 1.3 who are over 150 years of age. And over 130,000 people are listed on our Social Security rolls as over 160 years of age. Now, the final is at 1,039, so now we're down into reasonable numbers. 1,039 people are listed between the ages of 220 years old to 229. And we have one person who's listed at 241 years of age. And we have one person listed at 360 years of age, an all-time record, and our country's 250 years old. So that person's substantially older than our country. Under our administration, there will be no tolerance for Social Security fraud. We will not allow anyone to cheat our seniors, and those who will do that will be prosecuted by Pam Bondi and others. We're also going to Fort Knox. I'm going to go with Elon. And would anybody like to join us? Because we want to see if the gold is still there. We want to see. Wouldn't that be terrible? We open up this Fort Knox. It's just solid granite that's 5 feet thick. The front door, you need 6 musclemen to open it up. I don't even think they have windows. Wouldn't that be terrible if we opened it up and there was no gold there? So we're going to open those doors. We're going to take a look. And if there's 27 tons of gold, we'll be very happy. I don't know how the hell we're going to measure it, but that's okay. We want to see lots of nice, beautiful, shiny gold in Fort Knox. Don't be totally surprised. We open the door, we'll say, there's nothing here. They stole this too. No, we have a very corrupt group of people in this country, and we're finding them out. We're removing all of the unnecessary, incompetent, and corrupt bureaucrats from the federal workforce. That's what we're doing. And under the buyouts, we offered federal employees more than 75,000 federal bureaucrats, think of that, have voluntarily agreed to surrender their taxpayer-funded jobs. We want to make government smaller, more efficient. We want to keep the best people, and we're not going to keep the worst people. And, you know, we're doing another thing. If they don't report for work, we're firing them. In other words, you have to go to office. Right? Right? Look at her. If you don't report to work, you know, that's another scam. You know, who the hell, if I'm staying home, I'm going to, let's see, my golf handicap would get down to very low number. You'd be shocked if I told you the real number. But I would be so good, I'd try and get on tour. I would be so good. I'd call up, I'd say, listen, I'm really working here. Where are my clubs? Where are my clubs? Either that, or in many cases, they have second jobs while they're getting paid by us. So one of the reasons they're leaving is because they don't want to have to show that. And we're demanding to see that information. How many jobs have you had? Who paid you while you were working for the government? And we are demanding that people, if they work for the government, they have to show up and sit in an office and do their job, right? And we've also effectively ended the left-wing scam known as USAID, the agency's name. Has been removed from its former building, and that space will now house agents from Customs and Border Patrol. Beautiful. And at the ultra-left CFPB, which was terrible. So many people have been hurt by that. I used to get calls from lending officers, from owners of small banks, and they were almost crying. What they did to those people, they destroyed them, put them out of business. It was established by Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. Does anyone know? Remember the Pocahontas scam? I'm an Indian, therefore I'm entitled to be a senator. I'm an Indian, she said. Could we see proof of that, please? She said, well, the only proof I have is my mother said I have high cheekbones. Oh, that's no good, right? Remember she went out? I really spooked her, I tell you. Remember she went out, she couldn't take it anymore. It's going to Pocahontas, Pocahontas. Everyone knew she was not an Indian. I had more Indian blood than her, and I have no Indian blood. I'd be honored to, but I don't have any, but I had more than her. Do you remember she went out and she had a blood test? And it came back and she was so happy because it said 1,024th. That means everybody in this room had more than her. But because there was even a scant, in other words, 1 million years ago, something could have happened. And she was so happy that she released it and she got killed. That was the end of her presidential career. She does not like me very much. But she's a very angry person. Do you notice the way she is? She's always screaming and she's crazy. These people are crazy. The radical left is meaner. I don't know what it is, Doug. They're meaner than us, aren't they? We're like normal people. We're smart. We get our word, but we don't go crazy. Of course, they'll take my little rant from 15 minutes ago, the fake news. He lost control on the stage. He lost control. And they'll have me screaming, having to do with Franklin, poor Franklin. He lost control. I don't get it. You think they'd want to love our country. They have no ratings anymore. Nobody listens to them. Nobody believes the fake New York Times. Washington Post is doing no business. They're losing all their business. Nobody believes them. But we've escorted the radical left bureaucrats out of the building and locked the doors behind them. We've gotten rid of thousands. I withdrew the United States from the corrupt World Health Organization. I withdrew from the anti-Semitic UN Human Rights Council. The council is horrible, and I withdrew from the terror-supporting UN Relief and Works Agency. The UN has such great potential, but not the way it's run now. It's terrible the way it's run now. We stopped all taxpayer money to these corrupt institutions. And by the way, just so, because who the hell knows, we got to talk about something very important. The war between Russia and Ukraine. People are being killed, mostly young men, mostly Russian and Ukrainian men, at levels you've never seen before. Thousands of people a week. And I've spoken to President Putin, and I think that thing is going to end, but it's got to end. It's a horrible, horrible thing to watch. I'm dealing with President Zelensky. I'm dealing with President Putin. I'm trying to get the money back or secured, because, Europe has given $100 billion. The United States has given $350 billion because we had a stupid, incompetent president and administration. 350. But here's worse. Europe gave it in the form of a loan. They get their money back. We gave it in the form of nothing. So I want them to give us something for all of the money that we put up. And I'm going to try and get the war settled, and I'm going to try and get all that death ended. So we're asking for rare earth and oil, anything we can get. But we feel so stupid. Here's Europe. And it affects Europe. It doesn't really affect us, except we don't like to see two things. Number one, how Biden got us into this thing in the first place. Terrible. But why is it that he didn't ask for equalization? Europe should put up more money than us. But even if you said the same thing, how come we went so far out front? And he didn't know that Europe gets his money back. They did it in the form of a loan. We don't get our money back. We get nothing. So we're getting our money back. We're going to get our money back because it's not fair. It's just not fair. And we will see. But I think we're pretty close to a deal, and we better be close to a deal, because that has been a horrible situation. It would have never happened if I were president. And by the way, October 7th, Israel would have never happened if I was president, too. It would have never happened. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah. They had no money to give. Everybody knows that. Jewish people in the audience know that. Iran was broke. They were not giving money around. And when I got out, they took all the sanctions.
Hey, I'm going to be at work tomorrow. I'll be on here.